Hey, what's up, fantasy fans? This is Mitchell, and yeah, I just want to do a quick video. A lot of people are asking me about team defenses for the playoffs. What would be some good teams? What would be some good pickups? Whatever have you. That's going to be a hard and arbitrary question to answer because I don't know what teams are out there on your waiver wire and don't know what's available. Can't see everybody's team. But I will tell you some ways that you can do it yourself if you're going to scour the wire to pick up a couple of teams. When it comes to defense and kickers, uh, to me, I don't go by gut feeling. I don't go by any things that I see in film or whatever have you. I go strictly by statistics. What 11 men are out there on the field doing week to week. So basically I go by how they're ranked, meaning right now we'll look at this. The Packers are ranked the sixth ranked defense. If they're putting up good numbers week to week, that's obviously how I go and I look at the matchup of who they're playing to see whether they're going to be, if they're sixth ranked, that means they're a good defense already. So that's the first thing. But then after that, you want to know how the opponent they're playing is ranked. If their opponent is ranked bad and they're ranked high, that's a defense you want to have. If their opponent is ranked bad and they're ranked bad, it might cancel each other out. Sort of like the Giants being this week. A lot of people are picking up the Giants, and it's a decent defense to have because they're playing the Jaguars, but they're not a good defense. That's why it might cancel itself out. But be that as it may, I'm just going to tell you some tips of who to look for selecting for the fantasy playoffs. We'll first of all go to the fantasy football page in this is for ESPN Leagues, by the way. That's the only ones I'm in, so that's the only one I can speak for. Go in the ESPN main page, not the mobile app, but the one on the computer where you can see this interface. Click on player, go inside your league, click on players, click on DST for defense and special teams, obviously, and it's going to be set to overview and look at the position rank for the teams. If they're a good rank like 6, like the Packers and Patriots both are tied for 6 for this season, those are two defenses that's got one part of it taken care of. They're good. Now you want to look at their matchups, who they're facing. Go from overview to schedule. The Packers, here's your playoff schedule, 14 through 17 under this upcoming schedule area. If you click on the Packers in 14, they're playing Atlanta. Atlanta's ranked 16. That's a middling team against defenses. So that's a pretty good play, but not very good. Buffalo, 21. That's much better. That's not a good team against defenses. So you want to have a team like the Packers for that. But what's the kicker is week 16, Tampa Bay, 30th against defenses. That's what you really want to have. You want to have an upper 20s and in the 30s type team, a really bad team against defenses. So that makes the Packers a great use in this week 16. And then Detroit, they're 19th, which is better than the middle, but not perfect. So basically, Packers have a good week 15 and week 16 schedule. So if you get to the fantasy playoffs and you have a team like, let's say you have the Texans who have week 14, they play the Jaguars. They're a good defense, by the way, and they play the Jaguars in week 14 and the Jaguars in week 17. That's who you want to have on the bookends for week 14 and 17. You can have the Texans, and you can come back and have the Packers for week 15 and 16 to round out the middle. Now, I know a lot of this may seem presumptuous because you may or may not be in the playoffs, or it's not necessarily sure where your standing is. But when I pick up players, this is presumably I'm about in the playoffs. At that point, I'm thinking I'm winning the championship. So I'm thinking 4 weeks ahead. I'm thinking all the way to week 17 and getting prepared for it. And I've told you guys that I'm not a proponent of holding two defenses. That's different in the playoffs. Playoffs, it becomes all about winning week to week, not about having a good full team your entire season the way it was. It's you're gonna be when you're gonna see that in this playoffs, you're gonna be dropping some good players as it's coming down to the wire just to handle needs as you get to week 17, 16, and 17 if you stay that long. But like I said, go to schedule. Look at the teams that's here. Look at the better teams first, like in the overview, see what their position rank is. Then go to schedule. Look at their matchups here. The higher the number that they have, like 30th, that's what you want to see. And you put that team in that week. I mean, it's as simple as that. There's no other strategy I use when it comes to defense. I use other strategies, eyeball test, film, and everything when it comes to all the skill positions. But when it comes to defense, it's about how those 11 guys do statistically. So that's pretty much it right there. So if you got any questions with me in terms of one-on-ones, would you play this defense or this one? I'll still answer that. But as for, going through and telling you which defenses are going to be good to grab, it's going to be hard to do that with your team. So this is how you can do it and arm yourself to be able to do it. So good luck out there, and I hope this helped. Y'all have a good one.